Hey, this is Wileen Benson, and you are on the Daily Gratitude Call, where we start every day in gratitude. Gratitude is the highest energy state that we can be in. It creates a frequency of positive vibration that attracts positive experiences into our lives. Hey everybody, this is Wileen Benson. This is our Daily Gratitude Call. I'm super excited for our meditation this morning to see what we get to learn, and the mastermind that's going to follow our private silent meditation. I'm not going to give a whole lot of background before we do our private meditation, except to say I hope that if you have not ever been on the call live, that you will join us live. We had quite an awesome discussion before we even started the recording, and I'm really excited to see what gets to come after we do our own private meditation, see what else we get to learn. So I'm going to set a timer for 90 seconds, and we're going to have a private silent meditation on gratitude for constancy, and just see what comes. So gratitude for constancy, 90 seconds, private silent meditation, begin. I think the biggest thing that came up for me was looking beyond the daily burdens, and seeing God's constancy. My daughter is a manager at our little local grocery store here, and she said that there's been just like a ton of people coming in and buying up, cans of food and all kinds of things, water, plats of water, and things that because of this coronavirus. And I personally don't feel the need to run to the store, but I have taken in accounting of the resources that I have within my own home. But I really feel just a lot of gratitude and peace in God's constancy, and that I can always look beyond my current, whatever's going on in my life, that maybe in the past would have totally taken my focus, and I've got to fix this, I've got to make sure I take care of myself, but looking beyond that to God's constancy, and there's so much peace in that. Who else has something that they would like to share?
I'll share, Wileen. So I just was kind of reflecting over the last year and a half that I have been connected with you, and I was thinking about how when I choose to be constant, it seems that the windows and doors of knowledge and understanding burst wide open, because God is able to give and I am able to receive more than I ever imagined. And the clarity and peace that has come as I have chosen to be constant is indescribable.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. That's a physical law, isn't it? That's a constant physical law that we can depend on, that whatever energy we give out, we're going to attract that. So if you need constancy in your life, then be constant. Who else?
Hello.
Well, along with those lines, I also felt like in order to see results, my obedience to a new plan, and I couldn't think of another word, but my obedience to a new plan or anything needs to be constant, and try it for a certain amount of time. And the time I feel impressed to, maybe, I've got something going on and I feel impressed to do it for this long, or anything, through the constancy, I will see results.
Beautiful. Thank you. Gary, I think you had something.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear it.
Oh,
Was it Sylvia?
Yes, this is
Okay.
Sylvia.
Awesome. Sylvia.
I read somewhere where they talk, somebody said, I don't remember who said it, but they said the only constancy in this life is change. And but I think about the constancy of God's love that I experience every day, the constancy of daily miracles, the constancy of the ability to be able to recognize daily miracles. That's a constant in my life.
Beautiful.
That keeps me secure. Yes.
Beautiful. Thank you. I 100% agree. The only thing that's constant in this world is change. And there is definitely a constancy in God's love and those daily miracles that you mentioned. Thank you. Who else? Anybody else have something that they would like to share?
I'll share.
All right. Thanks, Suzanne.
So, for me, the word consistency came to mind, and kind of like what we were saying about God's love is consistent. We know what to expect when we're dealing with the laws of nature, whereas dealing with the laws of man, we don't always know what to expect. And so I like the consistency of the laws of nature, and that we can know what to expect.
Beautiful. Thank you. I 100% agree. Any other thoughts before we shift over to our permission process? All right, let's go ahead and take a deep breath. And as you're breathing in this time, I invite you to, as you're breathing in, become aware of all of the constancy all around you. Even just breathing in, that the air is already there, ready for you to breathe in. The constancy of you're sitting in your home, and that's something that you could wake up this morning and know that you've got a home or roof over your head. And any other things that you're noticing as you're breathing in, just the constancy, your heart is beating. The sun is up. And it's like, no surprise. And as has been mentioned, be aware right now of any area in your life where maybe you have not been constant, where you've not been consistent with God's laws, that possibly you have been drawn into a trend, something that is changeable. You've maybe been drawn into a situation that is for the moment, but is likely not going to be forever. But it's drawn your focus away from those constant promises that we have in the constancy of nature. It's drawn you away from what you know to be constant. What's one area in your life that you've allowed to be inconsistent? You've allowed your focus to be taken off of the constancy of the Master, the constancy of God, the constancy of the laws of nature, constancy of the laws of abundance, constancy of family ties, whatever it is, something that is in the moment feeling a little bit out of balance, not constant, that you've allowed your attention to be drawn to, and that you've forgotten about the constancy that is all around you. And in that area of your life, what is the number one limiting belief that is drawing your attention away from the constancy that is all around you? What's your limiting belief that is taking your focus away from the constancy that already exists? And how is that limiting belief going to play out? What is the cost of having that limiting belief? If you keep that limiting belief, what will that produce for you? Because the law of attraction is a constant law that we can depend on. What will that limiting belief bring you if you focus and give energy to it? And as you're becoming more aware of the cost of that limiting belief, now you have a choice. You can keep that limiting belief and you can continue receiving that limiting belief, or you can give yourself permission to choose a new belief that's going to produce a new outcome. So if you're ready to choose those new beliefs, say yes.
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 Awesome. So then what are those new beliefs? What are some new beliefs that will help you regain that focus on constancy, on all the laws of nature that are already put into place, the resources that are all around us that God constantly gives us? What are the new beliefs that will bring you back into a feeling of stability, strong foundation, constancy? Get at least 2 or 3 new beliefs to replace that old one, the old limiting belief. And when you have your new beliefs, I invite you to breathe those new beliefs in and feel the change within your body as you begin to focus and concentrate on these new beliefs instead of the limiting belief that was throwing you off balance, that was keeping you away from the constancy that's all around us. What are allow those new beliefs to come in and become part of you, so that now you are constant. And as you are firm and you are constant, you are immovable, you are committed, whatever those words are that mean constancy to you, as you become that, then you become a place of constancy for others. And just write down any new thoughts that are coming to you, any new inspiration, new knowledge that you're gathering with this meditation. And what is one thing that you could do today, the most important thing that you could do today to really prove your constancy, to give evidence to these new beliefs, to prove these new beliefs, to prove the truth of them? What is the most important thing that you could do today? What's your inspired shortcut to be able to find evidence of the truth of these new beliefs and that you are constant? What's your inspired shortcut to becoming and being constant? All right, and we have a few minutes that we can share what are just any thoughts that you have from this meditation today, your experience today on the call, whatever you'd like to share. And I'll just share my inspired shortcut is to discover the system. I always in the past, I'm really good at putting systems in place to make sure that things, just kind of happen automatically. And I haven't always been that way, but it's a skill that I've developed. But I'm seeing today that the result that I'm after, there is a system that already exists. And all I need to do is just allow it to be shown to me. And that's a really comforting thought. It's a really freeing and really peaceful thought that the system already exists. And all I have to do is just allow that constancy to be in my life. And so I'm really excited for where that's going to take me. Who else has something that they would like to share?
I'll share.
Okay, thanks, Melissa.
Mine was very similar. My limiting belief was that I'm not in my flow. And my new beliefs are that failure is a part of success. The lessons I'm learning of how not to do it are just as valuable as when I do figure it out. It will be shown to me at the right time, and that I'm constantly moving forward. Beautiful. In spite of failure.
Beautiful. I love that. Those words, like when you put the words failure and some of those other things that you shared, sometimes I will teach, not to use those words because you'll bring failure into your life so that you can prove that you can be okay. And we don't necessarily want to do that. And so I encourage you, as you're pondering over these new beliefs, if there's a way that you can upgrade those so that it's more in the positive, just, in all circumstances, instead of like in spite of failure, would be like in all circumstances or something like that, that possibly might serve you better. I also had one other one that I wanted to possibly add that you might want to check in and see if this would work for you. I'm in God's flow instead of like I'm not in my flow. I'm in God's flow, and that kind of gives up my need to choose what the flow is or see what the flow is.
I like that. And I'm thinking as you're saying that makes sense. And instead of saying failure, I could just say lessons.
Beautiful. Yeah, because we're always a student. Thank you. Any other thoughts?
Yeah, I guess I want to share. My limiting belief was, I need or want to be like others. And there's a certain area of my life where you're like, well, me, I eat this really clean diet, and I've done it for like 3 years or so now, and to a new level. And sometimes I just want to be like others. And that's what came up for me. But it's uncomfortable when I do it. So the cost is I just I lose what makes me me, and what makes me healthy. So being like others isn't necessarily healthy. My new beliefs are: I am happy being me. I am inspiring when I honor me. I am honoring the path I'm on, and I am on the path that God has shown me.
Beautiful. I love that. Can I share one that I thought of as you were talking?
Yes.
It serves me to be me, and I invite others to be with me. So maybe you get to be the kind of the leader that invites other people in to be like you, instead of you, like instead of feeling like I can't be like others, it's like, oh, I can be me and invite others to be like me, to be in my same space.
Yeah, thanks, Wileen.
You're welcome. People do that all the time. Mentors, and health mentors, coaches, whatever, they invite people to be like them all the time and eat healthy like them.
It's true.
Yeah. Any other thoughts before we end our call today? While you're thinking, if there's one last thing that you'd like to share, I just want to invite anybody that is feeling like they need some extra support in this area to reach out to me, to go to askwileen.com and choose a time on my calendar to just have a 15-minute call with me. And that's something that I hope that you feel constancy in, that I'm always available and willing to share my insight, or to ask a question that would maybe give you a different perception of what you're experiencing currently. That's something that I hope you always will feel, that you can go to askwileen.com and schedule a 15-minute call with me just to get a slightly different perspective. I had a couple of these yesterday with some people, and it was amazing what we were able to accomplish in 15 minutes. One guy totally stuck in his business and not seeing, how he could really make it work. And just that 15-minute call totally opened up a whole new perspective for him. And he left in just joyful energy. And super excited to get back to work. And whatever it is, whatever you're feeling stuck in, I know that we can find a way for you to leave with that joyful energy. Any last thoughts before we end our call today? All right. Well, thank you so much for being on the call today. This has been an inspiring time for us to focus on constancy. There's so much of it around us. God has given us constancy in we could go on and on for days and list all the ways that He is constant. And for us to be able to participate in all of the resources that He has given us on a constant basis, all we have to do is to choose to be in that same energy, to step into His space of constancy, and then we get to experience that. So I hope that we will all do that and take action on your inspired shortcut today. And then we will look forward to being together tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Mountain Time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks so much for listening. And I encourage you to tune in every day to the Daily Gratitude Call. And the Daily Gratitude Call happens live every weekday morning. I'd love to have you join. So to find out how to join live, go to my website, wileenbenson.com. Thanks for tuning in.